All right, let's start off with the late morning chit draws. Everything's fresh. I don't know how much time we're going to have here because morning's turning into afternoon and life is calling. But we're going to try to sneak in what we can here and get our first chit draw on this important game. As we do, we'll go like this. There is a plan. There's always a plan. First chit to be drawn will be the Union command marker, First Corps. And we just have our lone little unit right here locked in. So I don't think he'll do anything. You don't want to initiate no combats, that's for sure. And I don't think he might want to move out a little bit more. But when I move out of his zone of control, I can't move back in. So First Corps will move or roll for his command efficiency. And he got a 5. That turns into 10 movement points on that 5 for First Corps. 10 movement points. We might want to take advantage of that. He has artillery, but he will not use it. We might want to scoot and get to a better position. I'll be right back. All right, even though we can boogie along, we're going to stick around because I think that is a strategic spot. If we leave a zone of control, we can't enter another one, so we can't move in here, in other words. This is a legal move. This puts us try it one more time. This puts us at a disadvantage in case they move in these woods. Then it'll have us with the burden of the mandatory attack with us being in the open. Another rule is, and this is totally different, but artillery, I had it to where if the artillery is in the woods, they couldn't fire out into the open. It's the other way around. If the artillery's in the open, they can't fire in the woods, and that makes sense too. So we'll have that. If the artillery's here, he can fire out into people in the clear, but if he's in the clear, he can't fire into people in the woods, which makes sense because that'd be a waste of artillery. I guess wood can still fly, but anyway, that's the rule. All right, so we're just going to keep him here. We could move him out here, kind of try to hold off on any swinging action, but again, that's putting us in the clear, putting them at an advantage, although they have to cross a river. I don't know how much more of an advantage that would be. But any of these hexes here would put us at a disadvantage. This one here, because he'd be above us elevation-wise, so we're just going to keep him there. So a moot draw by Double Day. All right, let's come on in here for another chit draw. Like I said, it's a plan, always a plan. We got a chit. It is going to be the Confederates and Anderson. Let's see where Anderson is. Anderson is out here. So let me think about this as the Union player. We'll let that move go ahead and commence. I don't see anything that's really that tough with Anderson, so we'll go ahead and Anderson will roll a die. We're thinking about this Warren chit. We can intervene in any Confederate States of America movement or activation, but it has to be before they roll the dice. So once he rolls the dice, it's over with. Rolling for Anderson, and there will be no intervention. And Anderson gets a 4. So here you go, Anderson with a 4 translates into 6 movement points, and he has artillery available. Anderson has 1, 2, 3 units. Kind of out there doing nothing. I was just looking at the board thinking, man, Anderson's really not doing a damn thing. That'll change. We'll be right back. All right, we got to be real quick because life is calling, but Anderson's troops just making positions here. Wanted an attack maybe because we really want to blow this area out so we can bring the reinforcements on in. But unfortunately, he was out of command range. Now he's in command range. And we'll be back when we get some more playtime available. Be back. We're on turn 13 of a 16-turn game. And turn 13 represents the, mid-morning? How'd I got that? Oh, late morning, okay. So there you go. And we're on a late morning turn. All artillery has been assigned. Commanders all back in the Commander Cup. And we're ready to proceed with our first chit draw. This little quick overview of the victory point hexes and who controls them. There you go. And so far, the Confederates have a insurmountable lead. They have a nice lead there. We'll have to see how much value those points are worth. Let's go on with it. Ready for our first chit draw. Having a great time with this game, and it's learning mostly about the maneuverability. If you can get a good command marker roll. All right, here we are. It's a little State of the Union turn. They will get, excuse the dog, he just got back from playing and everything else. He's laying down here. Also, I gotta get these glasses on. There we go. And it be, Fifth Corps, who is that? Yeah, Fifth Corps. Wow. Huh. Let's see what their men are doing. We're all the way through here. Everybody's in command range because we put our little pivot man there, keeping all these guys. We even got the command range markers to prove it. So there you go. Making sure they're all within command range. All right, well, that's an interesting first draw. Yeah, let me see here, because we still got the little round top special command marker. So we'll take this and roll for his ability today. What he could do with those troops. Let's see here. Fifth Corps. Oh, that's right. Oh, as a matter of fact, out of all the artillery assigned, Fifth Corps was one of them. I don't know if we want to use our combat right away this early, but we'll see what goes on. So, die roll 2. Could have been better. Fifth Corps. 2 translates into only 4 movement points. Not a good start for the day. We'll be right back. All right, looking at the situation, I think we are going to take our combat. So we'll move our shit over here. Now this shows you, they got a little marker here, but I think in the game, or in the rules, they told you to take this combat marker and put it on the turn track. It says that you had combat. That might be what you do. This might be a little storage space for it. And then when you do take your combat, you go here. So I think that might be, oh, sorry about that. Getting a little YouTube notice about my Major League Baseball game. All right. Oh, yeah. So anyway, they'll take their combat. We'll do it that way. Maybe that's more what the designer had intended. We've been just keeping it off the board. But, yeah, combat round taken. And there you go. We're going to assault. We're going to go while the getting's good. And the reason we're doing this is because, Luca. We can get a flank attack. I want to get there before any other movements come around. Although it looks like the rebels are pretty well held off. We need to build this up. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and go for a victory point hex and see what we can do with that. And try to keep those boys all within command range. Now this boy here is out of command range, so he cannot participate in battle. He's out of command. He won't get the orders, in other words, to attack. So that's what's a bummer about that. And hopefully I got enough strength points to do that. I just noticed that there, and I was kind of counting on those strength points. So we'll have to see what we can come up with. He isn't part of the formation. All my other big boys are up here. We're kind of spread out, but if we can get a good attack on there. Who we got there? We have, I think they're reduced also. Oh, Hood went up there with a couple of reduced brigades. All right, we'll be right back. All right, I'm going to show you the attacks as follows. We're going to go ahead and we got this brigade already on the hill, but more importantly, this one here. Oh, he'll come up on the hill too. So this stack of units are going to be seeing Union troops coming from both sides. So this will qualify as a flank attack. We might keep him here. I want him to lock in on top of this hill. I want him to get off. There's no advantages getting off the hill. Now over here, though, we're going to do something like this. Number one, we're moving him off the hill to come down here. We'll give him some artillery. We can get like a 2 or 3 to 1 attack, and it'll work out. This is a really good attack here. And if we can get a step loss, it'll give us a victory point. Over here, we're going to do this. This unit here is above this unit, and this unit. So there's no mandatory attack going on here. So I'm going to go ahead and move. Well, we'll keep him here. He can't move into this hex. But this hex and this hex are going to attack this hex. We'll move him off the hill down here. He'll be attacking up a big hill, but more importantly, we'll have a flank attack going on. And no mandatory soak off. We don't have to attack this hex, or this hex, or this hex, because we're higher up. No mandatory attack. So we'll be attacking with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But more importantly, it'll be a flank attack, reducing their tactical effectiveness rating by 2. Be a real good attack. So I'll go ahead and do that now. We'll move him. Anybody that's turned sideways will be moved. There you go. Get him in here. You definitely need wargaming dexterity. Oh man. There you go. So he's in command formation. Hold on a second. Make sure everybody's good to go. All right, he's here. And that'll be the attack. Now we'll assign artillery as follows. Everybody should be able to get some. Let me see here. First of all, 5th Corps has artillery. So here's 5th Corps' artillery. We'll put that with these units here in this attack. And good old Hunt's guns. So we'll take battery A and put that with this attack. And battery B we'll put with this attack. All right, we got to make sure we... we can't use artillery because he is in the woods. All right. We had that backwards. All right. So you can't shoot in the woods with artillery, so no artillery will be allowed in any of these hexes because he is in the woods. I'll make sure I could see it here now. So no artillery for that attack, which is really a pain in the butt. Ooh, on this one, he's in the clear. We can get artillery through there. And this one, he's in the clear. We can get artillery through there. So no artillery for our main attack. Ooh, I wasn't counting on that, but should have looked before I committed. We'll be fine, I think. The main thing's that flank attack. We got flank attacks going on both of these. All right, now let's look for these boys here. This is Early and 2nd Division. Early has guns, so he'll get an artillery. Ooh, but can he use it? No, he can't use it either. Oh yeah, he can. These boys here in the clear. So yeah, he can use artillery. Ouch. We'll find out how to do that. Because in the woods you could shoot out into the clear, so I guess he could use it on, yeah. But more importantly, ooh, and that's the only attack we got going on, he can get artillery too because we have divisional artillery available. But where do we want to use that? See, what division is he? Ooh, he's got divisional artillery also. All right, well, let's do it this way. If I was a Confederate player, I'd be grabbing our divisional artillery, which is good for any one of these. And Early's... Oh, we're not the attacker. Okay, anyway, they're going on defensive artillery. But that can be placed right here. And he, for this attack, can use this divisional artillery right here that covers all 3 of these. This is defensive artillery. The only time you can't use defensive artillery is if you use that Grand Battery. Grand Battery is used for just offensive actions. So we got everybody set to go. Battles are ready. We will have a flank attack here involving artillery. We will have not a flank attack here, but an attack to dislodge the unit just to get a victory point because they are reduced already. And a big attack here. Wow. See what the numbers come up with. And if we committed at the right time with the right numbers. When we come back, I'm going to check my homework. And we'll be back with the big turn. Combat taken late morning, July 3rd. By the Union. All right, Union starting out the morning, coming out swinging. And we're up here on this hill. We have, McCandles and Tilron. I got to read these right. McCandles and Tilton. His 2 brigades have rushed up the hill here at the Lester Farm. So that'll be 1, 2, 3. Then we have some other boys over here. Oh, Burbank's brigade rushing up the hill with a 4. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attack factors going against 1, 2, 3. So 1-to-1 attack because that artillery doesn't help at all. So 1-to-1 attack. Everybody's got to roll for the attacker, but we have no die roll modifiers except... we're not coming up the hill, so no die roll modifiers anywhere. But more importantly, we have what's called a flank attack. Oh, sorry about the enemy units from 2 or from 3 hexes or from hexes on opposite sides of the defending unit. Other units may participate. It is considered flanked. Subtract 2 from the defender's tactical effectiveness rating. There you go. Exception: defending units are higher elevation at all. Blah 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 blah. Okay. So only if it makes sense. If he was on a hill higher than these guys, which he's not, they're all the same. That's why we came up on the hill. All right, so we will roll. Oh, we will roll for the first. Watch out, Luca. All right, let's see here. First one. 4 or less tactical effectiveness rating reduced by 2 for the flank attack, so it needs a 2 or less to survive the onslaught. And he does not get it. So he will be eliminated, giving the Union another victory point. So up here. And we'll go on with the next one. He needs a 1. Oh, we're at the right spot. Yeah. Laws Brigade needs a 1. It can never be reduced below 1. So a 1 or less to survive. Here's Law's key. Roll 1 or less after being flanked. And Law is gone. Great decision to attack. That is there. And we'll give the Union another point. Up here. All right. And now we'll see what it costs the Union. What kind of casualties did it cost to take that? Oh, where we at? To take that victory point hex. It has now been, well, we haven't advanced there yet, so it is still in Confederate hands. First unit to roll is 4 or less. No die roll modifiers. We're good with a 4 or less. We've survived, and he makes it. All right, 4s all around. Next will be McCandles. Old Jake McCandles. if it's pronounced right, I don't know if it could be McCandless. Okay. 4 or less. 2. Okay, could be a good morning. 3 or less for Tilton's Brigade. Are we sure about that? 3 or less. 3 or less. Let's get out of this zoom feature here. Yeah, that's a little bit better. 3 or less. Oh, and it cost. All right, well, there was some casualties involved. I don't think he can be reduced. So let's see here. Oh my, it's kind of hard to do this on looking through this, and he cannot be reduced. All right, so anyway, he's on the Lester farm. We'll get advanced on in there, but let's get him over here and give the Confederates a victory point. And we'll add those up in a second, but more importantly, we will advance. We'll advance McCandle. And both of them, yeah, we'll put them both in there. We want them both in the spot, just in case. And that has now been flipped over to the Union side. Great attack with some casualties. Rebels got the worst of it. All right, and a lonely feeling by the rest of the hoods. Man, not good to be traveling along by yourself on this battlefield and grabbing things unless you can really hold on to them. I mean, that's as further. I think this was his furthest movement allowance. So if you could have got next door to him, kind of helped him out in battle, but nope. And we had to grab it while we could. You didn't know how it was going to turn out. Okay, battery A has been used. Oh, wait, here, no. Battery A has not been used. The divisional, or rather the formational artillery. All right, battle 1 over. We'll come down here to battle 2. And we have 3 attack factors versus, 2 attack factors. All right. 1 to 1. All right. No die roll modifiers, just rolling for their tactical effectiveness rating. So when you get all the bullshit away, are those Zouaves? Yeah, some Zouaves, and it tells you who it is up there. Aries Zouaves. If I'm reading that right, I don't know if that's Zouaves or not, but anyway, we'll go for the one who's defending, and that's Iverson's brigade. He needs a 2 or less, and we need to roll the rebel die 2 or less. And he makes it. Wow. All right. Well, we'll the attacker. Fare any better? Okay, they held out. 5. All right, well then he will take a loss, step loss, and retreat. We'll retreat him. Well, we'll retreat him back up the hill. Which way can he retreat? He can't retreat this way. Okay, so we'll go back up to the hill, but it will give the rebels a victory point for that step loss and those casualties. All right, so the second attack didn't turn out the way we wanted, but I think the success of the first attack will make up for it. Let's go over here. Let me clean this up when we come back. Ooh, the main event. All right, now I want to make sure we're doing this attack right, and I think we might have had a problem here. And he's got it. You just need to. You just need to be not like GWG and lazy and read the rules all the way through. All right, we're right here with combined attacks, and the key sentence here. We're all right with these mandatory attacks, but he'll tell you right here, should a conflict arise between choosing a mandatory attack, see below, or attacking all enemy units, the combined attack requirement takes precedence. So that combined attack requirement means that you have to attack everybody next to you. Kills my flank attack. I couldn't get him into this hex because he's already he's locked into his zone of control, so you can't really go hopping in his zones of control once you're in, you're locked. So let me see here. All right, sorry for the storage space crash. We got it all deleted. Now what I'm trying to say is, can I move this unit into here so we can get that flank attack going on? But the thing of it is, now with the new interpretation, or the real interpretation of the rules, we need somebody here to sacrifice, soak off this attack. That's not what I wanted to do. Now, he doesn't have to mandatory attack. He can not attack, and he'll leave this one and this one. I'm thinking that's going to be the combat. Plus, we don't have no artillery here. We only flipped over 1 and 2, so we still have an artillery unit to add to this combat. We'll go ahead and use Hunt's guns, our B battery. So we do have artillery. Oh, that's right. He's in the woods. That's why we didn't have artillery. Okay, that explains that. All right. So anyway, it comes down here, and it says zones of control are negated by the presence of a friendly unit. Wow. Well, that would help big time for purposes of formation control range only. Retreat, surrender, and emergency withdrawal only. Units in different hexes wishing to combine attack and signal may do so, provided all enemies are attacked. Yeah, have already been attacked. So, no good. We can't move here. We can only move there and use that exception or rule for, again, purposes of formation control range, retreat, surrender, or emergency withdrawal, not just to get into a better position for a flank attack. So that'll take care of that. So now this attack's going to be something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4 versus a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I don't think I want to do that attack. So that might have been a chit withdrawal. We've already committed to combat. So if we don't do this attack, although that leaves us with a mandatory because he's in the clear, so we got to go on with it anyway. All right, 2 versus a 5. It'd be a 1-to-1, but the artillery on early is killing us, and we can't shoot into the woods. The thing of it is, he's shooting at these boys down here, so it still adds to it. He still gets that bonus. So it is a 1-to-2 attack, which is a really pain in the ass. What the hell are we doing? All right, well, sometimes we get to say that, orders get messed up, and I guess the headquarters thought that these boys could move, or there was some way we can get a flank, but when it came down to the rubber hitting the road, the flank attack did not materialize. And I don't want these. He can't attack. That's all there is to it. Unless he wants to. Yeah, he can't attack. So we're just going on with this. 1-to-2. Die roll modifiers. He is on the hill with them, so that negates the penalty that he'll get for going up the hill. So 1-to-2. No die roll modifiers. And we might get lucky. We might get lucky here. He has to beat a 5 or less, but he gets a -1. 5 or less, -1. Maybe there's no way he can get a casualty. 5 or less, -1 with a 6. There you go. -1 is a 5, so he's immune. Next one, it needs a 3 or less with a -1 on the die roll. 3 or less, -1 on the die roll. Yep. All right. That was a bad attack. Let's see what it's going to cost us. Oh, 3 or less on Union with a +1. Yeah. 3 or less on the Union with a +1. That's bad generalship there, but hey, that's a fog of war. That's what happens. All right. Difference between a 3 and a 4 is a 1. He will retreat. Oh, he's got to retreat this way. All right, he can't retreat any of those ways, so we will go this way here. Keeping that open. All right. So our next unit not good, not good, not good. Wargaming faux pas. And it's this thing here. This has killed me. And the reason it is because it's off. Every time I push it, it goes up. So we'll get rid of this. Woo! All right. And find out where we at here. All right. He couldn't attack. He will. He's got a 4. Is he going up the hill? He is going up a hill. Oh, shoot. Well, it couldn't have been any worse for the last unit anyway, so he'll roll with a +2. 4 or less. +2. He's going up a hill? Yep, he sure is. You can see here. He is going up a hill. Yep, so it's a +2. 4 or less. Sacrificing units. Oh, wow. All right, we'll take that. We'll take that. Call it isn't what it is. All right, just 1 step loss. And the Confederates get another one, moving that to 40. This +1 is 0. All right, 40 points. +4 is 44. We'll adjust that score there real quick. All right, that is it. What a bummer. That really sucked to have gotten that. I mean, it is what it is. We did get a good victory point hex, so I'd say all in all, it was a good attack. But yeah, this could have been a lot better. And that's going to mess up that part of the battlefield there big time. Wow. And like I said, it could have been a lot worse. We only suffered 1 step loss. And he was retreated. So, yeah, it could have been a lot worse. A little bungling going on with the Union. Lines of communication. We'll take that. What is this here? Okay, we got problems here. Oh, artillery and the marker, because the marker still goes right here. Okay, we're good. They kept the victory point hex. We're going to take a break, straighten everything out. We come back. It will be a chit draw, but Union's got something up their sleeve. We'll be right back. Updated score here on our Clash Giants Battle of Gettysburg game. And we're trying to get this game done so we can get the old Mr. Racers. Napoleon. Looking forward to playing that. There's Napoleon or videos dropping left and right. People playing it before me because I don't have no time to play. But we got I think the weatherman kind of we pulled a Union faux pas in our weatherman prediction today because I am off work and there's no rain. Although there's threats of rain, and the thing we're doing is kind of it's what's called a chip seal job. And if you want to know what a chip seal is, you go back to the old Cool Hand Luke movie and the opening chain gang scenes where they're throwing all that. They got that oil truck going down the road spraying oil. Well, unlike the chain gang, we don't have. In that movie, they have all kinds of piles of rock on the side of the road, and the chain gang goes over there, and after they spray the oil, the chain gang goes over there with shovels and spreads that stuff all in Florida even. Wow, yeah, you talk about a nightmare. I guarantee you that's what happened back in the day. But no, we do the same thing, but we use a truck, shoots the oil, but we have a big machine, and you hook our dump trucks. We'll back up to this machine. We're actually going backwards. The machine's going forwards, but it pulls our trucks. And as we're dumping all the rock into or the chips, we call them, into the machine, they spread it out really nicely, and it's all automated. But yeah, old Cool Hand Luke, opening scenes with him and I think it's George Kennedy. Paul Newman and George Kennedy are out there flinging that rock on the roads. But yeah, you can't do that if there's any threat of rain, so they canceled us today. And that's one good thing about my job. It might be balls to the walls, 14-hour days, but we do have some built-in days off every once in a while, as long as it don't rain too much. All right, let's see here. So anyway, we are back, ready to go. Score's been updated. More importantly, we gained a victory point hex. So even though the score is 44-25, we haven't added in the fact that the Union has some nice victory point hexes. But the Confederates got 3 too, so we better either inflict a bunch of casualties or start getting some of these victory point hexes. All right, we're done. We got all the artillery here that was used. There you go. Divisional guns used in that battle. And, let me see. Reserve A. Yeah, that's right. We couldn't use artillery on him because he was in the woods. So that's why we only had 2 artilleries used. Next, chit draw. Great game, great game. But can't wait to get to I Napoleon. Oh, let me see here. All right, it is the Confederates. All right, and more importantly, Heath. So we'll roll for old Heath. But, oops, before you do, hold on a second here. Pull that hand on back there, Confederate player. Because we are going to use the Warren chit. And that says that before you roll for any Confederate activation, you can take it back and take the initiative from them. We're going to do that. We're going to, old Warren is seeing some movements going on over here from Little Round Top. And he is going to activate a stack of units. They'll get to move 8 movement points and attack. So therefore, we'll get a second combat round. And with the Warren Special Command Marker. That's what's going to be implemented. Let's go down to the rules. We'll look at the specifics. But yeah, we will hold off. I think his marker gets put back into the command. We'll put it over here just in case. We'll look at the rules. But yeah, his draw has been interrupted by the Warren Special Command Marker. We'll be right back. Right after careful study and analysis, we have got a plan for Warren perched up there on top of Little Round Top. Now let's move him real quick. Just want to show you this aspects of this terrain. You have a sheer cliff wall right here. So anything that happens, we can't move. They can't attack. It's a sheer cliff wall he's up on. One of the prerequisites or one of the criteria of this, or one of the options of this Special Command Warren marker is that you activate a stack. Unfortunately for us, there ain't many stacks here. So the object of this marker is to use it in a hex where there's, and the maximum stacking you can have in this game is 2, so you want to have a spot with 2. And our candidates are only 3. We'll move him back up here, give you another look at where he's at, because he's up there coordinating operations, sending out those couriers and checking out our critical situation around Devil's Den, Big Round Top, Little Round Top. And the only candidates that come into effect are this stack of units, this stack of units, or this stack of units. All right, now what we've come up with, and to be honest with you, I gotta give myself a little pat on the back here. Oh, yeah. Anyway, all right, we're gonna split these units off. They could split off, and we're gonna move them as follows. Hold on, let's get this over here with our dexterity. All right, he gets 8 movement points, so we can't go straight down this old sheer cliff, but we can go through here with 1, 2. Go down the slope. It don't cost us nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and unless it's more than 2 movement points, 7, 8. So we'll move one of these boys here like this. And if we attack these units here, we're going up a hill. Never good, never good, never good. Okay, now, with this next bunch of units, we can't go down the sheer cliff. We can go 1, 2, make sure that's not swamp, and then 3, and we get ourselves a little flank attack going on there. And that will reduce their tactical effectiveness rating by 2. I'm doing this through the camera, which is ridiculous, but I should just look over the camera and see what's going on. But here you go. All right, let me straighten this out. We'll be right back. All right, and that is the best we can do with that Warren Special Command marker. And as you can see, he is up there directing operations and seeing a threat. All right, now, ideally, you wanted to do something with that, maybe you could have did this different. You could have held off. You didn't have to use that Warren marker right away, but it seemed like the time was, it was the opportune time for any of these guys got their chits drawn. Maybe something else might have happened, or we're using it now. But you could have maybe had another situation where you stacked units up in anticipation of the Warren shit. And like I said, you could always intervene with any of their activations and used it. So maybe we could have did better. I think this will be a good attack, and we'll be able to dislodge them and have us in a real good situation here where they will be able to get that victory point hex, total control of this area, freeing up a lot of troops. These boys here ain't long for this world either. And maybe we could swing the pendulum back into the Union favor. It'll all depend on this combat, special combat, with our special command marker, Old Warren, directing operations around the wheat field, Devil's Den. Oh, I got to find out how much movement points that Devil's Den was anyway. Ooh, let's see here. We're down here to Devil's Den. There you go. Oh, movement costs 2, so that's fine. What's I mean? No, I. Prohibited to cavalry. Oh, that makes sense. That gave us enough. We were fine. Let's do it this way. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just enough to get the Devil's Den. All right, we're good. We come back. The combat directed by Warren on Little Round Top. All right, luckily for the Union, ooh, they are able to roll in a battery of old Hunt's guns. Loving those Hunt's guns, and they're able to shoot. He's in clear terrain. Let's make sure we're all good. Yeah. All right, so we'll be down here on this hill. Devil's Den probably ain't a good place to put it, but we'll put it in there. There you go. Let's look at McLaw and the 1st Division's guns. Divisional guns have already been used. And what we got over here from McLaw? Oh, no. Bad news for the Union troops. McLaw has artillery, and he is going to use it. There you go. That is a final disposition of forces. Getting ready for the fight. Outsider Deerfield, outsider Devil's Den. Plum Run, Little Round Top, Big Round Top. After this, though, there really ain't no threat. And I don't know, I think historically there was a major fight in this area here. So historically the Confederates got a bunch of troops through here. But in our little game here, our reenactment, not so. And it might be a reflection of how shitty of a general I am. But it's all different. Like I said, replayability and all the other stuff. We still got Heath over there. Remember, I guess he just goes back into the cup. Yeah. There you go. And we'll draw again. Or is it Heath's turn? Oh, we'll have to figure that out. Let's take Heath. Where'd you go, Heath? Oh, here he is. All right. Yeah, well, look, we'll check that out real quick. Because is it Heath's turn now or what? So we'll find that out in the rules after we finish the battle. Check, make sure we got everything good to go, and we'll be back on a nice, lazy wargaming day. Doesn't get any better than this. Hope you all are feeling well. Believe me, I know how it is health issue wise. That takes a little brush with some health issues. So I hope everybody's in good health and can enjoy some war games. One of these days, we're going to make it to the World Board Gaming Championship or one of these conventions. That's going to be the highlight. That's on my bucket list to get there. But I think oh, gosh. How can I? Grant. Yeah, Grant from Player's Aid. He was driving home. Looked like he was by himself. Don't know if Alexander went with him this year. I didn't get a chance to look at it, but he's driving home, and he will have his WBC report. Make sure you guys check that out. We'll be back. All right, then. Warren detecting a threat on the battlefield and directing forces as follows. We have 1, 3, 4, 5 versus a 4. That artillery killing us. So 1-to-1 attack. And here you go with the table. We'll get it over here real quick. And 1-to-1 means no die roll modifiers. We might although we are going up a hill on both ends. That's going to hurt us, the Union. But we do have conditions for a flank attack. There you go. But not below 1. Subtract 2 from the flank attack defenders. So that's what it's all about. So we'll go to the defender first thing. And we will do it like this. Get the artillery out of here. And he will have to get a 1 or less. Wow. A 1 or less on this die roll to come out unscathed. Good attack. Directed by Warren, 1 or less on that flank attack. He got him in flanking positions. No good. He will suffer a step loss, giving the Union a victory point. But more importantly, can he retreat? The difference between 3 and 4 is 1. Yeah, it's a 3. Okay. Oh, hold on. His total, that's a 1. Tactical effectiveness rating was reduced to a 1 to 4. And then it'll be a 3. So he's got to retreat 3 hexes. He can't get out of zones of control. Let me see. If this was a steep hex side, his zone of control would extend it, but it does, meaning that he will be, well, he can't go out anywhere. He can't go out anywhere. He is lost. So that is 2 victory points for the Union. All right, now reduced by 2. Yep. So he has to have a 2 or less. So he does a little better by 1, 2 or less to become unscathed. 4, and that is it. They're cleared out. Another victory point for the Union. And let's see what it cost them, because we'll be rolling with a +1 die roll modifier, 0s on the 1-to-1, but +1 going up the hill. So the Union forces 4 or less with a +1. If we're doing it correctly, I believe we are. Ooh, he makes it. He makes it. All right, +1, 4 or less. Does not make it. So he will suffer a step loss, giving the Confederates a victory point, but more importantly, he has to retreat. He'll retreat. Who else has come down here? Well, we could retreat either way. Yeah, so we'll retreat back. Oh, no, we can't do that. We can't retreat up that way. We'll go down here. Well, we'll go into the woods. Here you can advance on up to the spot up on the hill. And that is that. We have to give the Confederates a victory point. We'll adjust that score. And that is that with the Warren Special Command Marker. Did its job. All right. We still have control. We were the last ones on Little Round Top, even though we don't have it garrisoned. Let me straighten everybody out, make sure we're doing everything right, and we'll find out if we pick Heath or if it's just his, if we pick another one out of the cup or if it's just Heath's turn. Great time. Mechanics are working out real good. Enjoying Mr. Ray Sears, Clash of Giants, the Civil War option. They have Second Bull Run, too. We played that a few years ago. Be back. All right, I think with that, we'll call it a video. I got some outside chores I want to take advantage since the weatherman was wrong. But here's a little look at what's going on here. One thing I want to make note of is right here, the 5th Corps. We have to make a choice, and it don't matter. When they're out of command range, the red markers below signify that. It means that they just can't attack, and we don't plan on attacking this turn anymore anyway, so they can move into all they want, which of their chits been drawn, but just to signify they're out of command range. We gave our headquarters here to 5th Corps, so these boys here can attack if they want, but I don't, like I said, I don't, their combat phase has already been used. All right, that is it. Nothing else to look at. We will be back with the decision on what we do. Does Heath get put back in the cup? Do we draw again? That'd be advantageous for the Union. Or is it just his draw next? We'll check that out when we come back. A little break, call it a video. Having a great time with this game. Updated score.